Welcome to the top 10 most notable things and updates, a video series where I will talk about the most notable things in the recent updates of Team Fortress 2, Overwatch, or anything else I decide to talk about. Today, we'll be talking about the recent updates and changes in the Meet Your Match update in Team Fortress 2 that happened not too long ago, but long enough that I actually know how to talk about all this stuff. So, let us begin. Number 10 will be the items in the update. There were not many cosmetic items added to the game, but there were a notable bunch of taunts, which are always really nice to have whenever you get these, because it's a lot more stuff that we can collect and everything, even though they're quite expensive. We got the Carlton, which is the scout doing the Carlton dance, of course. We got the Disco Fever, which is the spy doing a disco-like dance. The Fubar Fanfare, the soldiers playing a trombone in a manner to diminish and to be demeaning to a person. And we have the Balloona Bouncer, which is the pyro jumping onto a balloonicorn on a spring, kind of like things you see in like playgrounds, although they don't have it anymore because so many people have been injured by that, idiots. But he jumps on there for about forever. I don't know if there's an ending time, but they're all pretty nice taunts, and if I had a ton of extra money just laying around, I probably would buy them all, because I like the Carlton, I like the Fubar Fanfare, those are my favorites. But we also get, I'm going to butcher this, Disgaea, if I think I mispronounced that, but we got items that were in genuine quality of that game. I don't think they're tradable, but there is a cosmetic replacement for weapons, like a melee weapon for all classes and stuff like that, and some cosmetic items, and I thought that was pretty good. It shows that they're still doing these genuine items and promotional stuff, so it's always good to see stuff like this. At number 9, we have something that I actually kind of like, but I decided to keep it more lower on this list, the mini view models. Now what it says in there is the View Model Mini Mode reduces the overall size of view model weapons on your screen for competitive play. Now I really like this, because in the past I would have turned off the view models, and then I would have a problem like with Demo Man not knowing which weapon I'd have out. But now I can just I can have them pushed down to the bottom of the screen. That's basically what it is it just pushes it to the bottom of the screen where you only see a little bit of the weapon and you don't have the giant thing up there. Some people would just kind of change the view model FOV and stuff like that, but I like that it's just one little setting, and it really does work a lot for competitive play. It will improve your aim since you're not focusing on the weapon, you're focusing on the crosshair. So I like that. I really like that. At number 8, we have the Sticky Jumper and the Rocket Jumper models and sound bits changes. The basic changes are that they are designed differently. They sport a little bit of a difference to kind of differentiate them from the normal rocket launcher, aside from the colors, and from of course, the normal sticky bomb launcher, aside from the colors. They have kind of a pipe thing in the front, and one or two of them, and they have a sign or something on them to kind of show that they're not damaging or anything like that. And they sound wimpier. They don't really sound that powerful, which they're not. They don't do any damage, so they're really useless in damage. They're just for training in these mechanics in the game. And hopefully these free-to-plays will actually learn that eventually, and they won't be soldiers running around with rocket jumpers trying to shoot you in the face and complain that you're not doing any damage. Now moving on to weapon specifics, we'll move on to the Medigun, which now has the speed boost like the Quick Fix did. And the Quick Fix no longer has that specific speed boost ability. If you didn't know, the Quick Fix before, if it was attached to a scout or a demo man or something that jumped or had quicker speed, it would be able to gain that momentum, and it would have that. But now every single Medigun has that. And I've heard a lot about like maybe Medigun getting to mid really faster, Medigun being able to catch up with a scout and being able to escape in the affray of battle really quickly. So it's something game changing that happened, and it wasn't really it was just a small, very small note, but it's enough that I put it on the list, but not too high, because it was just something that I don't really care too much about. I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool, but oh well, it's a little change. Coming in at number 6 is the Quickie Bomb. Changes have been done immensely to this weapon, and they are as following. Increased charge time reduction to 70% from 50%. Increased damage bonus for max charge shots to plus 35% from plus 25. Increased clip penalty to 50% from 25%. And removed sticky bombs fizzle for seconds after landing. Now, this is an incredible buff for the Quickie Bomb. If you didn't know before, it was just kind of like, it was only for spamming, and that was pretty much it. It would fizzle out after 4 seconds, you couldn't make traps, and you would just spam a bunch of these sticky bombs. You'd have about 6 of them, instead of the normal 8, and they would do a little bit less damage. And the main draw was that you would be able to fire a bunch out. If you could hit them all, then you would work with it. But now, it's basically, you can make traps, but there's only 4 shots, and they're a bit quicker. So it's faster shots, but less shots to be fired. So it's a pretty good change. I've seen a lot of good being done with it, and a lot of bad being done with it. It's been annoying, but I really like that. As a Devilman player, I do enjoy something that has become more useful to the Devilman and such like that. And on that note, I think that the Iron Bomber was also changed. I don't think I put this on this list just because I already had one Devilman thing, but I think the Iron Bomber, its explode time for the grenades were decreased, so that whenever you shoot it, it won't roll and it'll explode faster. So that was something else that I really liked too. Another game-changing thing is at number 5 with the Spy Speed Boost. His max speed is increased to 320 from 300. Now, as far as I can research from all this, the basic numbers and stuff means that he's about the speed of a medic. As far as I can tell, I might be wrong, but he's at least fast enough to not be like a scout speed or anything like that, but he's fast enough to be able to catch up to a medic, or be at the same speed as a medic, and be able to pick off the medic more, or other classes. Of course, the Spy has always been able to be a little bit faster than other things, but I guess they kind of realized that he wasn't able to get the medic as easy, but now he can. And even though if you were a good Spy, you would be able to get the medic anyway. So, all in all, it's just that the Spy can catch up better. That's pretty cool. I like that. I've noticed I've said, like, I like this after every single one of these things that I've said, even though this is a list of the stuff that I really liked. So I'll try to stop saying that. But at number 4, we have the Sydney Sleeper. The Sydney Sleeper is, of course, that new weapon that only the free-to-plays and trolls use. I enjoy using it sometimes. As being a troll myself, I humbly brag. But the changes are very interesting. When fully charged, or when making a headshot, now applies Girardi in a radius. So whenever you make a headshot, or whenever you're fully charged, it'll splatter into the radius with everybody there. And scoped shots now extinguish enemies. So you were able to do stuff like Ana in like Overwatch, before Ana was even a thing. You can assist your comrades with a sniper rifle in extinguishing instead of using a secondary jar. So it has more uses, but it's still not something for competitive play. If you're going to play sniper, you're going to want to be able to actually make headshots to kill. Of course, this says it can make headshots, but it can't. It has there's a headshot hitbox. If you don't know, if you have a Kritzkrieg on a Sydney Sleeper, and the Uber is popped on that, if the Sydney Sleeper makes a headshot, then it'll indicate as a headshot itself. So, I mean, it's kind of useless, but still, it's not going to be something you're going to want to use for competitive play. It's just something that makes it more lively. And I really like that. So I just said it again. I swear I'm going to say that for every single one of these. I'm going to be done. This is it. I'm not saying it for the last 3 of these. No more. third on this list is the shortstop. And you might be wondering, the shortstop is actually one of the least amazing things in this, but I figured I'd talk about it. The small things that would happen is that it removed the healing bonus and reduced pushback vulnerability to 20%. It was at 40%. The one thing that I found noteworthy of this thing was that the ultifier, there was an added ultifier attack, which you reach out and you shove someone. Now, as random as that is, there's actually like a new mechanic in there, because it's like an air blast, but the scout never had anything of that nature. And it's strange that they would make something like this, but it's just something that's like, why? It adds, yeah, but there's no really any reason. I mean, I guess you could just like push somebody off and stuff like that if you're gonna go close range with a shortstop. But it's like, it's a mechanic that's added that has no real purpose other than just being there, and it's actually pretty cool. So, wow. Something that's stupid but cool. Thank you, Valve. Speaking about something that is stupid and cool, we have the competitive and casual added matchmaking stuff. There is a casual matchmaking, and there is now the officially released competitive matchmaking modes. Now, both of these are working in a good fashion, although the reason I said that it is not the greatest is that the casual matchmaking mode has removed the pubs and everything, and it didn't work very well at launch, and it's still not ironed out all the bugs of it. Originally there was long wait times, and it was just kind of really terrible. People left, you couldn't leave, teams would be unbalanced. Their whole goal was just to remove auto balancing, even though auto balancing was fun. In the pubs, if you're like, for me, if I was playing and our team was dominating and stuff, I would go into the other team to have like a challenge, even if we'd lost. I wanted to have a challenge, so, and just being locked into maybe a dominating team is kind of terrible. And that's my whole entire rant for that casual mode. I just don't really like it. I've warmed up to it, but I still don't really like it. It's gonna be along the lines of the trade holds thing for me. Like, I still don't like trade holds, but I'm bearing with it for now because there's nothing I can really say that hasn't been said to be against it. But the competitive, I really like the competitive. It's still 6v6, but there's a lot of fun to be had with it. There's no real incentive to play it other than ranking up and stuff, but it helps with kind of playing through it and kind of getting that rank up. It's like Counter-Strike ranking, playing that. It's just a fun mode to test your skills against other players. And at number 1, we have the Heavy versus Pyro. Of course, this is the greatest part of it, the Meet versus Match update part of it, which is the Day 2 part of this War entire update. It is the first in a long time war update to decide who gets their weapons first. There's a whole comic about it, and it's just you join the two teams, Heavy or Pyro, and whoever you play the official matchmaking things, and every single point in there, it counts to a global score and everything, and whoever has the most will get weapons first. New weapons, new whatever, for like a specific update for it and stuff. It's not just like that one will get it, which everybody thought it was because the comic kind of hints towards that, but it's now a cool, it's like you fight whoever gets it first. It's like a toy. There's two kids fighting over a toy, and they start punching or something, and whoever gets it first. Like, it's kind of stupid, but that's probably what they would do. And of course, if you're on Team Pyro, you're an idiot. Get off of Team Pyro. I mean, it's too late now, but get on Team Heavy. Heavy needs stuff. Pyro is stupid. Pyro's been having updates forever. Go to Team Heavy. Team Heavy. Please. I want Heavy to be fun again. Make Heavy fun again. Make Heavy fun again.